して言える勇気があればいいただそれだけできれば英雄さ
Hey everybody, welcome back to Month of Bionicle here on Zero Reviews. I'm Zero, your host, and today we'll be looking at something interesting. We'll be doing a Zero Recommends today. And on what? Well, something I actually haven't tackled before. What would that be? Well, let's talk books. Now, ever since 2003, Bionicle books have been a prime source of knowledge and content for Bionicle fans. It was how most fans would be able to get a more detailed analysis on the story. Aside from that, there were the web serials, which added layers upon layers of additional characters and content. The main books in the Bionicle series have been novels, but there have been a slew of different books in the series. Not only do you have sticker books, information books, and your usual comics, but you've also got encyclopedias and various world-building aspects in these books. However, going into all of these different books would bloat up this recommends by a good amount. Now then, let's get to the main meat of this recommends, which is the Bionicle Novel series. Bionicle Chronicles started in 2003 and contained books about the Motunui Island saga. We got one book about the Toa's arrival on Motunui, another about the Toa fighting against their Bow Rock, the third one was about the Bow Rock Call and the now upgraded Toa Nuva fighting them, while the fourth was about exploring the Toa Nuva's trials on Motunui. Lastly, we had The Mask of Light, which was of course a tie-in to the movie that came out that year. It was a short series, but it got us where we needed to go. While I never got to read Chronicles number 4, I heard that's when it started getting really good. While the first 3 books were okay, I never really enjoyed them as much as the later books. Bionicle Adventures started in 2004 and is about the Toa Metru and their adventures. This is obviously a flashback series of books, as this time we follow the journey of the Toa, who would then become the Turagas of Motunui. The first few books talk about their adventures on Metru. We also have additional books afterwards that tell about the Toa's journey to the island of Motunui, as well as their adventures on it. Then the next 3 books talk about the journey of the Toa Metru, now turned into Toa Hordika. And of course, one of the books ties into Web of Shadows. The last book of the series is an epilogue for what's to come in the Chronicles series. I must say, of the few books I read in this series, I was really invested in the Toa's adventures, and it was cool hearing of these things that happened before the Motunui Island saga. It was also nice to have details on how the Toa found the island of Motunui, and some of their adventures on it. The Legend series of books tell the story of the Mask of Life saga. The first 5 books talk about the Toa and Aika trying to get the Mask of Life in order to stop Motunui from dying. They also talk about the Piraka and the 2 groups' battle for the Mask of Life on Voyanui. The next 3 books deal with the Toa and Aika transforming into the Toa Mari in order to follow the Mask of Life underwater as they lost it in the final battle on Voyanui, as well as the Toa's fight against the creatures down there in order to save Motunui's life. The last 3 books deal with the Toa Nuva traveling to the center of the Matoran universe in order to awaken Motunui, now that his death had been prevented. The Toa Nuva would also have to deal with the Makuta, who planned to stop the Toa from awakening Motunui. After the flashback series, it was really nice to get reacquainted with all the other characters. It was even better seeing the Toa and Aika actually be Matoran we had known about previously. It was also great to see the Toa Nuva back in action again. Simply titled Bionicle in all capital letters, this is the last set of books that deal with the 2009 storyline and wrap up the entire series as a whole, since 2010 was the last year Bionicle was around. Though a word of warning, if you're going to want to read the last book, you'll need to look it up online. See, it was only published in Poland, and because of that, there was no official English copy. So, because of that little issue, if you really want to read it, you're gonna have to look online for it. This series does what it's supposed to do, which was end Bionicle, even if it was in a semi-rushed way. Had the series continued, then most likely they would have stretched this out further. But with that, it concludes our look at the main Bionicle novels. Now then, if you're just getting into Bionicle and the movies aren't really doing anything for you, read the books. I'm sure you'll like them. They're good reads and you'll find out some great details about some of the characters, and maybe you'll even find some new characters you like because of their personalities and so forth. Now then, I hope you guys enjoyed this foray into the Bionicle book series. Anyway, I'm Zero. This was Zero Reviews, and I'll be seeing you guys for the finale of Month of Bionicle next time, where I tackle Bionicle 3, Web of Shadows.
たった一瞬の合図が手縫いを塗り替えたカンカンカンと響いたあいつの足音形勢は深くて